Welcome to the Growth Series podcast, where we explore how AI is reshaping industries and accelerating innovation. I'm your host, Josh Jackson. At Red Letter AI, we specialize in helping coaching and consulting businesses scale their revenue. So if you're looking to take your business to the next level, you're in the right place. And if you'd like a free growth consultation, just drop the word growth in the comments below. My guest today is Eric, and I apologize, it's a very difficult last name, Konovalov.
Yeah, that's really good, Josh.
Okay, it's good.
Yeah.
Founder of the Goal Guide and known as the Sales Growth Strategist. From serving 8 years in the U.S. Marine Corps, grinding it out, to selling copiers in Baltimore, Eric embodies the discipline, resilience, and communication mastery he now instills in sales professionals and entrepreneurs. Today, he helps growth-driven teams simplify selling, master the disc communication, build sales systems, and scale without burning out. If you've ever felt stuck in the sales grind or struggle to close with confidence, this is a conversation you don't want to miss. Eric, welcome to today's podcast.
Dude, thanks, Josh. Can I have you following me around everywhere I go?
Absolutely, I'd love to.
It's hard to sell yourself, you know?
It is, and I appreciate all that you've done. It's very impressive.
Thank you.
So, tell us a little bit about your background and the journey that led you to us here at the Red Letter Growth Podcast.
Just lucky, I guess. Um, the journey that, well, you tell me, what was my journey that led me here? You reached out to me.
Well, like, what? Tell me about your journey from Marine Corps to copier sales to now being a consultant for sales.
Yeah, man. I knucklehead in high school. College wasn't going to be for me, so I decided I was going to join the Marine Corps. And I really grew up in the Corps, spent 8 years, traveled all over the world, been to some hot zones around the world in the desert. And then when I was getting out, I went to my commanding officer and I said, "Sir, what am I supposed to do? I've been in here since high school. At this point, I was 26 years old. Like, what am I supposed to do? I have no idea what to do when I get out." He's like, they called me K because just like you, nobody knows how to pronounce my last name, though you did a great job. He's like, "K, with all the BS you've sold me through the years, you should get into sales." I'm like, "All right, I don't know what sales is, but I'll get into it." So get out of the Marine Corps, applied everywhere. Every Aflac agency reached out to me, and I had no idea that there were such things as commission only jobs because, when you're in the military, first and 15th, you're getting a paycheck. So commission only was very scary for me. I had no sales experience whatsoever. Uh, One company reached out, interviewed, got the job, and that was selling copiers in Baltimore. Man, they say if you can sell a copier, you can sell anything. So
Right.
that's what led me there. I went on to sell medical devices. I went on to sell on-site outsourcing services. I've led teams at Xerox. I've led a smaller team as their director of sales at another tech company. So I've been in sales from, 2006 to till now, really. And in 2015, I started my own company just because I saw how implementing some of the things I learned through getting certified as a coach and executive leadership trainer with my sales background, um, stuff was working. We grew a company from 4 million to over 12 million in just shy of 3 years with the same people and just by implementing a couple of different ways to run sales calls. And I went off on my own, started my own company, and here I am now.
So, how long has your company been going?
Since 2015, so a little over 10 years. But I did start it when I still had my job.
Hmm.
So I started it. It was kind of a side hustle.
Hmm.
It didn't start off as sales training. It started off as executive leadership coaching because back then, I was director of sales. I was more of a coach, leader of a sales team, but I helped other leaders grow their sales teams. And when I went to the president of my company and said, "Hey V, look, I love you. I'll give you 6 months if you need, but I found my passion. I want to go off on my own." He made me an offer I couldn't have refused. He just said, "Eric, listen, what do I have to do to keep you?" I'm like, "I have no idea." He said, "I'll come back to you. Just give me 24 hours before we finalize this decision." I said, "Sure." 24 hours later, he gave me a sticky note with a number on it. He said, if you stay, I'm going to give you a raise. I'm going to give you a percentage of all our sales, and you have the freedom to go and grow your company as long as our sales don't drop off. I'm like, it was such a great offer. I'm forever grateful to Vince for that. And yeah, so for the next like from 2015 until COVID, pretty much 2020 roughly, we were together growing the company. And then during COVID, all the ports were frozen. We had millions of dollars of contracts signed, but couldn't deliver anything. It wasn't a good place to be. So I moved, and that company's thriving still. I'm still on really good terms, but it gave me an opportunity to go full time on my own business.
Yeah. Okay. Well, in 10 years of having your own business, especially in the past 5 years, when you zoom out and look at more of the macro landscape, what major shifts or trends do you think are shaping the future of the sales industry?
Man, AI is definitely shaping the future. We can get so much more done, systems and processes put in place to be able to market, influence, close deals without a person being available, without any personal interaction is insane of how it's going. Having said that, I also think that buyers are going to miss, and maybe I'm 100% wrong on this, but buyers are going to miss the human connection, I think, on some level. What do you think about
Yes.
that?
No, I mean I agree with you. Semi. Okay. If it's done right, I will say they don't because for 20 years I've said technology you need to have high tech, high touch. And the way I see it, the successful companies I see using AI are going to be speed to lead and getting those people that are interested in whatever that thing is, that moment, to the right, getting them the right answer the quickest. For me, if I have a question, I don't care where it comes from. I just need my question answered.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Yeah, I could see
sales,
that.
yeah, you need to have that human connection. But as far as the just information, however that needs to get delivered and disseminated to the client or the end user the fastest, that's what I think AI is going to really help out with.
Yeah, I could see that. So what do you think? Why will we still need salespeople moving forward?
Oh, you still need the human salespeople. You still need human to human connection.
For
This
what?
is why, well, this is why um, Zillow tried to outsource mortgages and they were unsuccessful. And this is why Quicken Loans is very successful because you still have that human to human person communication. Quicken Loans closes more mortgages, as I have a real estate and mortgage background, closes more mortgages than, originates more mortgages than anybody else, but they still have the human to human connection. So
Hmm.
AI is just going to enhance that for for the companies that do it right.
That's crazy considering Zillow knows when they're gonna
Yes.
buy, right? Like that's
Because you
amazing
don't
to
have the
hear that.
human to human connection, just like you
Hmm.
said.
Very interesting. Yeah, well, I'm speaking this from my personal experience because I don't know about you guys, but I get a ton of calls from like it even says potential spam, but sometimes
Yeah.
I answer it because I'm a dumbass. And it's usually a robot. They're mid-sentence when you answer, and then I get a call from an unknown number. I pick it up, and it was a person. And so first I'm trying to figure out, is this AI or is this a legit person? After they said something, I stayed quiet to see if they would just start talking and say, hello, are you there? I'm like, are you a real person? They're like, yeah, I'm Emily from so and so. I'm a real person. You're not talking to a robot. I'm like, no way, you're a real person. We had like a good conversation with the person who cold called me. Right? It's like it's been so long since a actual person cold called me.
Hmm.
And that's why I was thinking that we'll need that human touch.
So let me ask you this. If we're having this conversation 5 years from now, what do you think is going to look different, completely different, and what's going to look the exact same?
You got me thinking. What's gonna look completely different in what sense? In a
In the
sales?
sale, yeah, in the sales industry, sales cycle.
I think access to information is instant. I mean, even now, access to any information anywhere in the world is instant with ChatGPT and whatever AIs are going to come, um, I think what's going to be completely different is the way we're able to put our content in front of the right people with very low spend on ads. Like even now, like where before, I was just listening to Gary Vee and he's a genius when it comes to this. Before, if you had a YouTube channel, what mattered a lot was for you to go viral was how many subscribers you have. And subscribers still matter today, but not as much as the keywords and the topics of the video that you're putting out. And so, if we can reverse engineer what people are searching for, which you can with all the data that's out there, like when you Google something, you know that little area that says people also ask for. Well, that's the area those are the things people are searching for the most. And then just create content for what people are searching for. You're going to be placed right in front of the people you're looking for. Like, I think more people need to embrace content creation, building their personal brand, getting their stuff out there, letting people know who they are. Because as everything goes, as a lot of things go and move to AIs, information's being able to be found fairly easily. People are going to buy from people they trust, people they like, people they feel like they know, people who've added value to them. And we have the ability to do that through content creation. So I think that's one thing that's going to look very different. What's
Hmm.
going to look the same? Oh, if I know, man. Hopefully my hair look the same.
You got great hair. You got great
Yeah,
hair.
I'm blessed. Yeah, thank you. But it gets grayer every day, so I'm like hoping that it kind of slows down on the grays.
Oh, the natural salt and pepper is great.
Thanks.
I'm experiencing that right now. I keep it short so you don't see too much of it.
Yeah, I'm doing that too.
Well, kind of going a little more micro, tell me about the goal guide. Like what do you do and who do you do it for?
Yeah, so we got two lanes. One lane is for solopreneurs and salespeople. So I have a group called Relentless Goal Achievers where we meet inside of a community twice a week. One is a training session, the other one is a thinking partner open Q&A call where people bring their stuff. Like tomorrow, we meet Wednesdays and Mondays. Like tomorrow, one of our members, she's doing a video, she's creating a video for a landing page that she wants, and we're gonna kind of the community is gonna help her tweak it, right? On the call together, because that's what she wants. Other times it's like helping you figure out ways to reach out to people who may be ghosting you, whatever you're struggling with, we tweak it on those calls. So that's my community, that's my baby. Looking to grow that one-on-one coaching for, for quite a few people who hire me that don't want to, they have some issues they don't want to talk about inside of a community or in a public forum. So there's one-on-one coaching and training for those. And then we have the B2B side where we go into companies and either train their sales teams. We have a 1 day training, 2 day training, whether it's on sales, disc, like how to effectively communicate, um, or both, where how do you effectively figure out what is the behavioral buying style of your buyer, of your client, and how do you effectively sell to them? Because we like to sell the way we like to buy, and not everybody likes to buy the way you like to buy, right? So we kind of open up people's eyes with the platinum rule, right? Everybody knows the golden rule, treat everybody the way they want to be treated.
Yeah.
The platinum rule says treat everybody the way they need to be treated, right?
Mm,
Not the way you want to be treated. So
hmm.
those are the two avenues we go in. But at the end of the day, it's helping them um, grow their business, sell more, and get their mindset straight.
Yeah. So can you share, I know you kind of mentioned the one girl getting the community help with the community. Could you share maybe a real example of how a customer used the goal guide to achieve a meaningful result? Like you don't have to name names, but I would love if
Sure.
you have like a most recent testimonial. I just kind of like to hear like a specific example.
Man, I got many examples because I'm truly blessed to work with these people. I love my clients, whether they're inside of Relentless Goal Achievers. By the way, my Relentless Goal Achievers community is $97 a month. So like I want as many people as possible to get the help they need. But a couple of I'll share two stories with you if that's okay.
Yeah.
One one I have a woman who's in marketing and she would help. She was the marketing strategist and she was working with a company that's a private jet company. She wasn't working with them. Somebody recommended her. They were going back and forth, and then the company fell off. So she offered to the guy, um, she offered to the CEO her marketing services, and then he kind of went dark. So she was distraught. She's like, I don't know what's going on. Don't know how to get him back on track. So we worked with a way to get him back on track by simply just messaging him saying, "Hey, I forgot to mention a couple of things. I got some ideas to run by you. Are you open to us, grabbing a coffee or something like that?" To which he agreed. I helped her change the way she saw herself because she saw herself as somebody who could help you with your marketing initiatives. I saw her as a fractional CMO. And after speaking with her and understanding kind of his challenges, everything she told me about what he mentioned were his challenges. I saw them differently than the way she saw them. When he's like, we're putting out ads and nothing is working, and I don't have a lot of time. I need to hire some people that can do this for me, blah, blah, blah. Where she's coming in and she's like, well, I know how to get these ads out. I'll write this and I'll do this for you. I'm like, no, 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 no. He needs somebody to come in and set up the systems. So instead of this 5K a month thing that you presented, we're gonna present fractional CMO services to him. And she's like, I'm not a fractional CMO. I'm like, today you are. And then I gave her, based on everything that she's done the last year that we've worked together, I gave her all the proof she needed for her to have enough confidence to say, shoot, I am a fractional CMO. I can be a CMO. Absolutely, you can. And so we came up with a proposal. She went out on this to this lunch, presented it to him, and he loved it. Signed a $15,000 per month contract for 12 months right at that lunch because he felt like she's taking the whole load off of his plate. Where before she didn't realize that was his challenge, right? She just thought he needs his marketing to work. He doesn't want anything to do with marketing. He wants to go sell shares in his private jets and fly his clients. He's also the pilot. So that was one. The other one was an executive leadership coach. When we started working together, she was already pretty successful. She was making 20 grand a month, uh, solopreneur by herself. And she reached out to me to help her with her sales process. She was a C-suite executive in DC before she went out to be an executive leadership coach. But she had this outlook on sales. Like she mentioned to me, she's like, Eric, every time I want to call with these guys, I feel like I'm the checkout girl. I don't know how to ask for money. I don't feel right. Like it doesn't feel good. So what I did with her was, now this is a one-on-one client. This wasn't a Relentless Goal Achievers client. What I did with her is I had her send me videos, recorded videos of her sales calls. The way she would do them is she would have a webinar online. She would get them to book a call with her, and it was either to help them get promoted to a higher level position in the C-suite, get out of the C-suite and become entrepreneurs, or get a paid gig on a as a member of a board somewhere. So those were like her three ways she could help somebody. And her program started, I think, at $7,500, and then the top one was like $12,500, and they were like 3-month programs. So all I had to do was one, increase how many people are booking calls, and two, increase her conversion rate on these calls. So once we started, I would look at, she would send me the recording of the call. I would literally open up Zoom, share the screen, and record my review of her call. So I'm watching the call and I would pause it and I would say, okay, here, you see how they said this and you just went off here. Instead, it would have been better to do this. See how you started the call? Instead, ask this question. And so after about 4 or 5 calls, she started converting higher because she got coached on the spot. Then we worked with her on the webinars, like how do you sell from the webinar? And on one end, she got more calls booked. On the other end, she closed more of the bookings. So those are two examples. And after 3 months of working together, she went from 20K a month to over 100K a month. So like those are two examples where both of my clients, one is closing more than 100K per month. The other one had a $180,000 deal that started off as a 5K deal per month.
Hmm. That's great. Really great advice. Especially the sales coaching where people don't realize, where they're doing wrong, what they're messing up, how to just make just micro changes, tweaks that make massive difference. Because when you say a word, it provokes someone else to say something that you may not want them to say or think. So
100%.
that's
And we
great.
can't see, we can't see the picture when we're in the frame. So like even me, I'll have a sales call and then my wife, who's also my business partner, she'll say, "Why did you say that?" And I'm like, "Oh, I can't believe I said that." And I'm the
Right.
guy that teaches people how to sell. Like,
So the other reason I'll go back to, so I got my start in mortgages at Quicken Loans, and we used to have called shotgun calls, like what you're talking about. All of a sudden, on the screen, you'll see a pop up. It could be the site leader, it could be your manager, it could be whatever. Call the sales coach. Pop up on the screen. They're listening to your call and they're giving you advice real
oh, that's
time
awesome.
with the call. Like their sales training was spot on. Give you a heads up, there's AI that will do the exact same thing that will be coming out very soon.
That's crazy, man. On the
Crazy.
spot,
On the
on the
spot.
spot sales coaching.
Yes, I could show. I have it right now. Already have right now, where you could upload a call and you tell what kind of call it is, and it'll tell you how you can do better. Right now, it's in beta, so I don't want to say too much, but it'll be live with you on the call.
That's pretty sick. And can you program it to a certain
Yes.
sales style? And can you also program it and teach it different buyer personalities and how to tell?
I believe so. Like I said, it's in beta, so I haven't had a chance to play with it yet, but I know it's coming out. Yeah.
What I know
So
about sales is it's not one size fits all. There's got to be this intuition. Like today, I was working with ChatGPT, and I recently went through. I needed to improve my pitch in networking events, right? I'm like, it kind of falls flat. I'm sounding like everybody else. So I signed up for an online course, loved it, and with it came an ebook. So I uploaded the ebook and I said, okay, based on this ebook, ask me whatever questions you need to ask me to help me come up with the right pitch so that people want to either hire me or are intrigued or want to book a call with me when I introduce myself, right? That was the command. So ChatGPT asked me like 7 questions, and I told one at a time. So I went through, answered each one, and it spit out a really good script. But something wasn't right. And I said, wouldn't it be better if we said this? And right away it's like, you're right. That's actually a way more powerful way to say it. It would be better to do that, right? So we can't really, there has to be a human logic or, there has to be another set of eyes, even for ChatGPT
right.
because it's not always right. It's a
It's all about
tool. It's a great
it's
tool.
a tool. Yes, exactly. It's
Yeah.
a tool, and the tool is going to give you what you give in. So you get good information in, it'll give good information out. So it'll evolve over time. The more like good case studies you give it, the more it's
Mhm.
going to be on tune. So that's why I'm like, I don't want to talk too much about it because it's still in beta. Should be out soon though, and then you start tweaking it.
Are you creating it or you just know it's in
I know the
beta?
developers that are creating it, and I have access to it.
And is the goal to talk to guys like me, like sales trainers, sales coaches, and have them resell it, or
Any,
they're gonna go direct to market?
I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure, but anybody who has sales, does sales themselves or a sales team, I think they'd find it very valuable because I did. When I was at Quicken, well, it's Rocket Mortgage now, but I call it Quicken Loans because that's what it was. But that was extremely valuable for me in the sales process and understanding real time what's happening. So, but
I think
again,
it's great. Yeah.
another way AI can really benefit us as salespeople, right? But
Tell
talk more
them
about
about.
but I want to hear more about you. Like you kind of talked about where your business is right now. I'd like to for you to dive in a little bit more. Like what does business look like for you at this moment?
So right now I'm pretty busy with the way I'm getting most of my business is speaking. Like I speak, quite a bit of it is for free. Not if like if a company's hiring me, obviously, but if an association brings me in, like a local chamber or something, I do a lot of speeches for SCORE because I feel like people who are in SCORE are really good for the Relentless Goal Achievers. They're just starting out, they need hand holding and help. And Relentless Goal Achievers was started to really get people from zero to $100,000 in 12 months. I'm fairly confident we can help people do that. I've done a bunch of that. So that's one side that I'm focused on. The other is going out and into the corporate world. I actually worked with, I'm not going to say the name, but a global company this year. I had a chance to train 600 of their salespeople between New York and Austin, and it was awesome. Every day they had a group of like 30 people running through Monday through Thursday, 9 to 5. We're in a train as the same training, thank God, but like different group every day for I don't know how many weeks. Like I think it was like 8 weeks, and it was a really really cool experience. So I'd like to get some more of those gigs, and then I have my one-on-one coaching clients. I usually don't take on more than 12 at a time, um,
A lot of work.
and so yeah, so I stay pretty busy.
Yeah. So what does growth look like for you over the next 12 months? Is there a specific channel you're looking to grow in? Are you want to grow revenue, or like what is your idea of growth over the next 12 months?
Ideally, Josh, I would have 400 people inside of Relentless Goal Achievers. I would hire 3 or 4 other coaches and pay them to run calls. We would have a call every day of the week. I might bump up my one-on-one coaching packages to be more premium and charge more for the people that want it and just have RG, my Relentless Goal Achievers one-on-one coaching, and then that I don't need, that's all I would do. Like I probably wouldn't be doing, maybe I would be doing corporate trainings. I enjoy it. Julia really does well with corporate trainings. But I love the one-on-one coaching. I love the group coaching inside of RGA because I'll tell you, it takes a different kind of person to show up to a Zoom call that they're paying for monthly versus a company hiring a sales trainer that you have to go to a meeting because it's mandatory, right? It's two different mindsets. I've had CEOs hire me to work with specific salespeople, but the salesperson doesn't, may not have been growth minded, may not feel like they need a coach, didn't pay for the coach, didn't invest in it. They don't care. They can care less. So after like, I don't know, 3, 4 weeks, I'm like, dude, I don't want to work with that guy. They don't want to work with me. I'm not interested. I want to work with people who are like excited to grow, right? So for me, Relentless Goal Achievers is like my passion project. It's my baby. I'd love to see that grow to about 400 members.
Okay. So what's stopping you from growing it to 400 members? Where's the bottlenecks? How do you need to get, what do you need to change to get to that 400 members?
No, it's a great question. I think first need to build my personal brand a little bit better. I need to create more content, create probably a better funnel than I have now, speak more, get people in more, just all top of funnel stuff, thinking through it. It's just taking the time to do it, you know?
Yeah. It definitely, growing content is definitely time intensive. It's not easy to do, especially being consistent, right?
Right.
So, well, I know we're getting close to our time, but I love to end every podcast with two things. A, what is the best piece of advice you've ever received? Business advice. Let's go business advice.
Yeah, go to where your clients are. Like that's where go go and by clients like potential clients, right?
Hmm.
Like I found myself, I had a buddy reach out to me. I haven't seen him in a while, and he invited me to a BNI group this morning. I don't like BNI groups. I honestly, I can't stand them. It's like 7:30 in the morning till 9:30 or something, and it's 2 hours of how amazing they are and how many leads they passed. And I'm like, I can give a rat's ass because there's like a mortgage guy and an insurance guy. Nobody's really B2B. They're all B2C. I don't like it. Sorry, BNI folks. Just one thing. So, but he asked me, he was giving his presentation. I haven't seen him in a while. I'm like, yeah, I'll come do it. Dude, I'm sitting there and in my head, I'm just thinking, why am I wasting my morning here? Like, what a waste of my time. Not one client here. I looked around, I was like, there's not one millionaire here. There's not one super successful business owner here. Why am I there? Everybody's looking for leads. Not a knock on BNI, it's just not where my ideal clients are. Question is, where are they? Where were they this morning? They're probably meeting up at the golf course. They got CEO forums. Like, I need to find my way into those circles, right? So that was the best piece of advice I got, and I got that piece of advice from my guy, a good friend of mine, Ben Starling, and I'll give him all the credit. He's the owner of Southern Philanthropy, and he's responsible for raising over $1 billion to build the Museum of the Bible in DC. So, like, he knows how to get in with probably some of the top prominent families in the country and get them to donate. So, like, when I was having lunch with him in DC one day, I asked, I was like, "Give me what's one piece of advice you could give somebody to grow their business?" He's like, "Go to where your potential clients hang out." Like, brilliant.
Brilliant, right? And then lastly is let's pay it forward. Like, what would you tell the younger generation? What would you tell your younger self? What is the best piece of advice that you would give them?
Yeah, don't worry about what people think of you. I think, not I think, I know, we get stopped so much because we think we're gonna be embarrassed, because we think that somebody's gonna laugh at us. What will others think? And I'm personally guilty of that. I gotta tell you, the sooner you let that go, that worry about what anybody else is thinking of you, because guess what? They're not. They're all thinking about them. Like,
Yes.
nobody's thinking about you. Nobody cares. You can put out a video with a booger on it. Somebody's gonna laugh for like 24 hours and forget about it. Like, think about the last video you watched of someone and you thought negatively of that person. It doesn't happen, really. So get in touch with your inner voice, that intuition, figure out what it is that you want, and go after it with all your heart. That's
So I have a great story that goes along with that, like not caring what other people think. And if you mess up, it's okay. I know somebody who I won't say the name, but people who may know this person, that's fine. But she had a product, she sold it was post maternity, and she was doing a video and she peed her pants, right? Because that's a problem. And she let it go. It went viral. She made millions of dollars on her product because of this video. Like most people would be so mortified that they would cancel it. I'm not doing it. Don't show that. Like she didn't care. Like it's just part of what, they go through. And like her just the fact that she didn't care what people thought and she did it anyways made her millions of dollars.
that's freaking awesome. I'm gonna try that. Pee my pants, make millions of dollars. Now I got to tell you, one of my mentors is Bedros Keuilian. I don't know if you guys know Bedros or not. He's out in California, amazing entrepreneur, but like like a alpha male type of dude. And he talks about how he was at a conference speaking, and during the break he went to take a pee, and he was on his phone and didn't realize he peed down his leg. And so he came back. He got his assistant to go get him a change of clothes, but he came back and told the story of how he peed down his leg and had the whole, everybody rolling, right? Because look, everybody's afraid of the same stuff. Nobody wants to be embarrassed. So when we see somebody who's openly embarrassed or does something embarrassing, we automatically think they're brave, you know?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so that's my advice. Hopefully that was good, Josh.
No, no, it's great. Like I'm like you. What is someone going to think of this? Well, but in reality, A, they don't pay your bills, and B, they're more worried about what people are thinking of them than what they're thinking of you. So these are
That's right.
false evidence appearing real, fear.
That's right.
So,
100%.
where can people learn more about Relentless Goal Achievers and get in touch with you or your team?
Yeah, can I give you a link and you just put it on the bottom of this video somewhere?
Yes, I'll put it down in the description, but if you want to give it to us, that's cool too.
It's a long link, but connect with me on LinkedIn. You'll be able to find it. Eric Konovalov. And if that's something you're interested, I'm happy to send it to you.
Okay. Sounds great. Thanks so much, Eric.
Thanks, Josh. Great to
Have a
be
great
here, man.
day.
Bye bye.